Hi, I'm Elvis Wilson, and welcome to Page to Screen, where we explore the art and craft of screenwriting and independent filmmaking. Tonight, we're talking with a true Tennessee star, writer, producer, and the best of all, my friend, Iris Johnston.
Hi, this is great to be here. This is the first time I've been in this seat. I'm usually in your seat.
Yeah. You and I go a way back. We actually met here at the TSA, didn't we?
We did.
You want to tell me a bit about your background?
Sure, Elvis. I think, well, I have a feeling you know most of this, but I'm trying to think of the quickest way to say it. Born in Nashville, moved to New York. My dad writes musicals and songs. Moved to New York, moved back, got a college degree, a master's in psychology, and then did not like counseling at all. So I decided I would be an actor, and I did that in Tennessee for several years. Then I felt like I was so successful, right? I was like going out, this was a while back, and I was getting all my auditions, so I thought, why don't I go to LA? I'll make tons of money.
Why not?
I mean, you know, I'm so good at this. Went to LA and learned a few things when I was there. Like, no, you don't, you're not, I was in a very small pond here. But I learned so much in LA, just began, figured out, one of the most important things I learned was that I loved everything about filmmaking. I loved being in front of the camera. I loved being behind the camera. I loved listening to the sound guys talk. I liked listening to the gaffers talk. I liked classes. I just liked it all.
Well, I know why you're not an actor, because you didn't say you didn't say I wanted to be an actor.
No.
So that's why.
No. Yes. No. I hide that. No. You're right. You're right. So I was there, and in the middle of all of that education I was having, I fell in love, got married, moved back to Tennessee. Had kids, but thought, hey, I can act anywhere. And somewhere in the midst of that, the idea of writing screenplays kind of came about, and I thought, I really liked all of it, and I felt like I loved acting here and auditioning here for years, but was really drawn into the writing. So then I started trying. I thought, you know what, the first class I ever took was with, oh gosh, I'm going to forget his name. Steve Womack. Steve Womack, right?
One of our founding fathers.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So
I did not know that about you.
I know.
Yeah.
And so I
guess she's not my true friend after all.
You're going to learn so much.
I'm going to learn so much.
You're going to learn so much about me
Very
tonight.
Good.
So the first class, I took this little class that he was doing. I think it was at Watkins, I believe.
It would have been at Watkins.
And I went. Yep. And it was one semester, and he did such a great job of like taking me through just the nuts and bolts of screenwriting, the formatting, the reason, what you're trying to get across on the page. So I left there. I wrote a few shorts in the class with him. I was an ace. I was very good. So I left, yeah. And so after that, I was like, I'm ready for a feature. So,
What was the name of your first script?
Well,
or what was your first script?
That's right. So I had all those little like shorts that I wrote in Steve's class. But then I did the feature on my own, and I used Vicki King's How to Write a Movie in 21 Days, which I thought, yeah, I love the title. I was like, this is perfect for me. So I did that. The first one I wrote was called Red Handed. It's kind of like a mystery thriller. I submitted it to film festivals, and it got recognized. It kind of made it into like semifinals or quarterfinals and certain things. So that was encouraging. I do think, part of the pros and cons of entering festivals for a writer, just getting a little bit of encouragement. For me, of course, we like to win. Winning's the best.
You're very competitive.
I'm very competitive. I want to win,
Irish, yeah.
but even just getting some recognition of like you didn't win, but we recognize that you did write something good.
So do you feel like that win? We'll talk about competitions later, but
yeah.
Do you feel like that win inspired you to do more, do different, go better, higher?
It definitely did.
Yeah.
It definitely did. That was like the first screenplay, beginning to end. And I don't know if I actually wrote it in 21 days, but I tried. So then I wrote shorts and more features after that for several years, really.
So
right?
What was the first film that that was produced from your
Right.
work.
So fast forward.
You didn't direct it, but you produced it.
I did not direct it. I produced it. I wrote it, and it was a short that I had written very quickly, just a day or two. I had the idea kind of churning in the back of my mind, but when I sat down to write it, I wrote it. There was a festival that had a competition, and I wanted to meet that deadline, and it was like in 2 days. So I was like, oh, I have to write this really fast and get it out the door. And
what was the name of it?
that was called The Whole Truth. And I liked the festival, and the competition was called the One Potato Competition. It's in Idaho. So, and they would give you money.
name.
I saw they would give you money. They were like, oh, if you win,
I like money.
we're going to give you money.
Yeah.
We're going to give you money to make it. And I thought, well, this is fantastic. So I entered it, kind of forgot about it. And a few weeks later, I got a phone call, which is like so much fun. A real live person saying, hi, I'm part of the screenplay competition in Sun Valley Film Festival, and you're one of our top 3 people, and we want you to come to the festival. And
Great.
so, yeah, they gave me a hotel, and they did all this great. They made me feel so special and so good.
Well, you brought a clip.
I did. There was a clip
Let's take a look
for
at it.
Okay.
When the red light in your room blinks 3 times, it starts recording.
Susanna was suffocating at the bottom, choking on all the lies, and she wasn't coming up for air. So, this was the morning that she decided, while she brushed her teeth, that today was the day that she was going to f***ing kill herself.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Thank you.
That's the trailer. I've seen the short. It's very well done. It's well directed.
It was well
Acting
directed.
is superb.
It was a surprise. I was very excited to go. And then when they were like, you won, of course, I was super excited. I was like, oh my God, feels so great. Like that's a feeling if you could bottle it, you would make a ton of money. It's just such a high when you feel like everybody in the room is like, you deserve this and you did really good. But then they were like, and we are going to give you money, but you have to make it here in Idaho. And I don't know if I completely understood that at the beginning of that. Yeah, so I was like, absolutely, I cannot wait to come back to Idaho, and I'm going to make a movie here. I didn't know how, but I made a lot of friends at the festival who were from Idaho, and there is a great community of filmmakers in Idaho. But and so I found the director, and the producer helped me, and that was the first time I produced was them.
So what came next? What was next?
Let's see, a lot more
What was
writing.
the other? More writing.
More writing.
Yeah.
More writing with nothing ever getting made, but maybe some got awards or recognition here and there. A few features, some more short. I love writing short screenplays. But then I want to say the next thing might have been the next thing I made.
Yes.
Was with you.
A brilliant director.
Really pain in the ass director named Elvis Wilson. And that was fun. And that was during the pandemic, right?
That was our pandemic movie.
That was our pandemic
That was my
movie.
second pandemic movie.
And which was fun. And when I said I wanted to do something, I came up with the idea of doing something on a boat because it was a contained small set. And also I wanted very few people. And you said, yeah, I'm in.
You brought a clip.
You want to see the clip?
Let's look at that one.
All
Yes.
right, let's see the clip.
Ghosts aren't real, they're just something that you made up.
Are you sure you want to hear the story? Legend has it, Mr. Pickwick drowned in the flood that day. Never found his body.
Did you hear that? Mr. Pickwick.
Nice trailer. He did the trailer too.
Good job.
Yeah,
So
that was fun.
I'll let you tell any stories about production. It was hot on that boat.
It was really hot. It was in the middle of summer. Oh, it was a night shoot, which kind of sucks. And but it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and
I felt like we really got to know each other that time.
definitely because if it's at night and it's hot and there's bugs and you have a child actor that you're dealing with,
It was fun, but hard work.
It was really hard.
Where do you get your ideas?
I think life, right? Does that sound cliche? I think my brain is wired to always be looking for the interesting thing that's close by, or take note of the way somebody said something, or usually I'm just looking for the odd things that I might
Do you have
notice.
an example of something that you observed from real life? This is real, right? Yeah, this
Yeah.
is real. Yeah, that maybe you incorporated. Mr. Pickwick, anything?
So I mean, Mr.
Ghost
Pickwick.
appearing to you in shallow pools? Or?
No. So I guess Mr. Pickwick came mostly just because it was a family story that had been told a lot at my husband's family's lake house. And there were very funny stories about how one of the crazy uncles had told it and had scared my brother-in-law when he was a little kid, to the point where like the friend called the mom and had to leave the lake, but the crazy uncle thought it was hilarious. So, you know, we started talking about filming something on a boat, which also part of the horror of that was I thought it'd be so easy, and then we got in there.
I laughed because it was insane.
It was like this, having it contained is great, but this was tight.
Yeah.
And anyway, I thought I went through a few screenplays. I wrote a few shorts about that would happen on a boat. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
I wrote a few. And I have an idea that there should be some kind of series like Room 104 that the Duplass brothers do. But where it would be like, you know, what happens on a boat.
Yeah,
You know,
interesting.
it'd be a good little series. It could change everything. You know,
This was the proving ground for that.
That's right. So anyway, we landed on this idea as the best idea. And I think I'll get ideas from nature sometimes,
yeah.
just watching nature.
Can you tell me a bit about your process?
I love to write I have to hold myself back from just writing the screenplay because
I think that's good advice that we should save for
it's the
a few
most
minutes
fun
here.
part.
Yeah,
It's just
it
the
is.
candy. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, I just want to do this. And through TSA, I've been encouraged, and I've heard the way to approach it is to kind of outline a little bit more if you can. So I've started trying to do that more. This might surprise you. In my computer, I have a file that's called the Elvis premise sheet. And I know,
What?
I do. Because I have several that I'll lean on from time to time when I'm just trying to get an idea, and I'm like, is there anything to this, you know? Or like, you're trying to get to the core
Now
of what
I see
it
why
is.
you're not a world famous star.
It's your fault.
It's my
your
fault. Yeah,
I
so
know.
sorry.
No, the Elvis premise sheet, I asked you a couple of years ago. I was like, hey, how do you, because there's so many, right? It's
Yeah.
like act structure, 8 mini movies, Save the Cat, beats, notes. It's like you can drown in some of that.
yeah,
you
certainly
can, and it's
can.
all very valid and useful. And it is
But
good.
a good thing that TSA reinforces is start with the log line, get your Act 2 down.
That's right.
And then,
Yeah.
do you write a synopsis? Do you do like I do a 4-pager. Do you do something like that and then go to beating out?
You're way more organized and I think ritualistic about it. Like you have a way that you do it and you've seen that it works.
Yeah.
I think I'm still incorporating. Some of that feels a little constricting to me, and I find myself. I don't know if my creativity is hindered by too much outlining, but I am.
Do you make
I'm
note
trying.
cards and
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
You know, I've tried it. I try it all, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't have a specific repeatable thing I do every time.
Sure. Yeah.
Each screenplay has its own way of its idea comes to me, and then based on the idea, I'll kind of try to hash out some of it. I use my Elvis premise sheet some. I do.
You're killing me, Smalls.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Is there a favorite book that you'd love to see or adapt, or a franchise you'd like to reboot?
Right. So.
Irish Johnston's Batman. No,
Right.
no.
Right.
No.
It would be weird, yeah.
Yeah.
If I could reboot something, it would be a movie that hasn't been redone in a while. I think I would like to take Stand By Me, the Stephen King
Wow,
movie.
That's ambitious.
I know.
Yeah.
But redo it.
Yeah.
Maybe give it all female characters. It's all girls.
I like it. Nice
Put a
twist.
little more,
Yeah.
diversity in there.
Yeah.
Get it more current day.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be in the,
The girls would just run home. Oh, no. Okay. No,
okay,
no.
I will hit him later.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a brilliant idea. I do like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and make it like darker even, or much, Anyway,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that would be. I think the movie industry could handle that, having that come back out. I love that movie.
Yeah, I do. It's a fantastic movie. I was reading about it this weekend. So, we talked earlier about screenplay contests a little bit. Are you pro, against screenplay contests? Have they benefited you? What's your lowdown on that?
I think it's obviously I'm pro. I don't think you have to live your life for it, but I see very few cons. I think you can get some, if you don't have to win them all, you can find some encouragement just through getting into certain stages of it. Like, you're a finalist, you're a quarterfinalist. Ooh, you're in this bracket now. Like, that means something to me. It also gives you a kind of what I guess you could call a false deadline. Like, the screenplay competition submission
it's something
date
to work
is
to.
there. And so
Yeah.
you have I have this long. So that can be helpful. You can meet people if your screenplay goes far enough along and you
Yeah.
go to the festival, that's when it just gets crazy fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
It is.
What made you start wanting to come to the TSA?
TSA.
What did you need from us?
I think I wanted to be around other writers for sure.
Yeah.
I had done that class. I had written one screenplay.
I'll be honest, people show up
Yeah.
and they never come back. And it's like I've made a lot of friends through the TSA.
Right.
I would say I finally found my tribe.
Yeah.
So did you feel that way?
I did.
And
I did. I mean, I
'cause
have
you kept coming
lifelong
back.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just we're an odd bunch. We love talking about stories. There's a certain lingo we use.
Our wives and husbands roll their eyes in the back.
Very, very likely a lot,
You have
yeah.
a very patient husband.
My husband's awesome.
He's awesome. Very supportive. Yeah,
Yes, he
yeah.
is. So I love TSA, and it
What's
really
your favorite
helped.
part of TSA? What do you like the
I used
readings?
to love the in-person meeting because
Yeah.
I would come in and it would be like you and Bob and Paula and Ramona and people I just knew would always be
And
there.
Mark.
Mark was
Mark, of course,
there.
yeah.
Pete,
And Pete,
I didn't
Pete's
see
amazing.
Pete as often in person. but I
Tom,
did.
David.
Yeah,
There's
everybody
some
was
great-
there.
great guys.
And it just felt good.
Yeah.
And the table reads were great. Yeah. And I would gain a lot of information from you all talking about your process. Because I think I still haven't honed mine in yet.
Yeah.
I'm a diamond in the rough, but I'm still working on it, believe it or not. But I learn a lot by listening to other writers,
Yeah.
especially at TSA, tell me how they
I mean,
through
just any of the information. It's like
Yeah.
you feed on what you feed on,
Yep.
So,
That's right.
so what advice
Yeah.
would you give to some of the younger screenwriters, and any way to help them kickstart their process?
I think don't be afraid to make mistakes. Start doing it.
Very good. Very good.
And just kind of, do the best you can. You'll learn from the mistakes you make and you'll get better. But you have to do it.
That's
Right.
great advice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, how about what you may be working on at the moment?
So we wrapped up the 348 songs, the documentary we did on my dad.
Yeah.
That
Did you bring a clip of that?
I think we did.
We should see a
did.
clip of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to maybe try to show the world what he accomplished. He's 91. And I was like, it needs to be, I gotta do it. I gotta do it now.
I started in the music business in 1958. My father thought I was nuts. Would you like to know a bit of history? Yeah, I was invited to the Grammys, but they didn't mean anything to me. I don't know why. I was wanting going to Mexico and drinking tequila. Yeah, hello.
Do a lot of the songs that you write start in E?
I can only play an E. I don't know where they start. Sorry, I only know 4 chords. Maybe 5 if I push myself. Used to be all the business was down here on Music Row, 16th Avenue, you know. The publishers were there, the writers were there, the restaurants or the bars were there. I mean, we were pretty good. A lot of people think, oh, if I'd been back there, I could have written that. So, no, you couldn't. Yeah. So I'm thinking, this is even better.
Just want to kind of grab this moment that I have with him.
Why do you write songs today? Like, you still do it. Is there, like, what is it in you that makes you want to do that?
Well, what else would I do? You know, it keeps you happy working. You know, it keeps you happy. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to you.
Oh yeah, that just makes me so happy seeing that.
I know.
It started
it's such
out
a special thing we
yeah.
got to do, and I'm just.
It just started out with you wanting to do a little thing for your dad, and I kind of pushed you. Into,
it's your fault.
It's my fault, but well done, Irish.
I thought it was
well
going to be
done.
a short, and it turned out longer. That was good. So that still I have a pilot I've written that I'm submitting to film festivals. We'll see what happens. I'm still working, outlining it, getting it tighter, and I have 2 other screenplays I'm outlining. So there you go. That's what I'm doing right now.
So
lots of writing.
Never rest on your laurels.
No, that is
Right.
that is also good advice.
Yeah.
Like the minute you have one done and you start getting it into a festival, that's not your full-time job now. You got to go ahead and be like I'm doing that, but I've got to quickly pick this next idea and get it going as fast as you can. Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of fun. I feel like I know you better. High five.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was afraid you were gonna like.
To pull it back.
Yeah,
No, I
no.
wouldn't do that to you. Not in front of all these nice people.
No.
Page to Screen is sponsored by the Tennessee Screenwriting Association. To find out more about the TSA, including our meeting schedule, or to become a member, visit us online at www.10screen.com or check us out on our Facebook page. We meet every Wednesday, either here in the real world or online through Zoom. Again, check our website and our social media outlets for the latest TSA and Page to Screen updates. Do you have any final words of wisdom for all the fellow screenwriters and filmmakers out there?
I would like to say, just keep writing. Oh, I'm kidding. I stole your line.
Oh man, that's great advice.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm Elvis Wilson, and thanks for watching Page to Screen. And remember, keep on writing.
Keep on writing.
Keep on writing.
That's right.